Yeah.
I haven't even paired them because I'm worried that they're going to make more of themselves. Like,
Yeah, they
no.
seem to just breed just on.
Oh my god! Well, we talked about how olive pythons grow when you just look at them.
Yes.
False what a cobra are the same. Like I barely feed like that. Those babies are huge already, and I'm like, stop.
Yeah, that when I came to your spot, I was pretty like holy shit. Um, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Carpets and Coffee, number 87. Lucas will be joining us momentarily. He's
Soon, yeah.
yeah, he's coming from work, I guess. I don't know.
He
Something.
had something he had to do.
He's a
That he
young
had
guy,
to.
he's
He's a
doing
young
things.
man. He's got a life now, and prospects, and we don't want to take all of that away from him. We want him to live his life and be happy. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're going a little bit later because we were waiting for Lucas, but yeah, so he'll be here momentarily.
Yes.
So shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, this is the first Carpets and Coffee back for the new year. And
Yes.
we're going to talk about Can you talk for a minute about the nuclear? Okay.
We
Yeah,
can talk
we'll get
about a
into
couple
that.
things. First thing I wanted to jump into is that we did get official word that Brian Barczyk has passed. So that is unfortunate, and obviously we want to give condolences to his family and friends. And our standpoint here at NPR is that Brian was always very kind to us, and that he actually took time out of his world when we were nothing and came on as a guest. So we were sorry to hear about that. So we'll do that. And then as far as the new Hamburg spot, is the Morgantown Auto Mall. So that's out in Morgantown, Pennsylvania.
Did you actually go to the show?
No, it's not. It's in February.
Oh, it hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened yet.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I was thinking, I drove past the location last weekend. I drove past it because I was down there helping my dad out. And I thought about like, which door are we going to use? Like I almost did a lap of the building to be like, and where do I think this is going to go? So, but that'll be at the end of February. So, more to come on that one. Like which door to use and various other things. So,
yeah, I was going to say we're competing with the Eagles tonight. Oh man.
Listen. And I say this with all the pain of a Steelers fan that just watched that game. Y'all aren't going anywhere. And, if Tampa Bay don't get you, the next guys will. So that's adorable. Moving on.
So I'm not a football guy, but real quick, I just want to get your thought on this. What's the whole thing with football being like scripted?
There's always
I've seen this around, and I'm like,
well, there's always the thing of that.
Times.
There's always the thing of that, like the NFL season is scripted because sometimes it turns out that way, and a lot of times the refs tend to like blow a call, or it looks like they favor a team. Like, aha, going against the script, were we? So it's always that kind of a thing where like NFL gets together and they write a script on which team will win, and then that's kind of it. So
gotcha. Well, that ties in well with what I've been drinking as of late. Royal Mile Coffee Roasters Espresso John. Yes.
If you guys, if you don't know what the hell John is, if you watch the movie Creed, they go into a full explanation of what a John is. And if you are anywhere in Philadelphia, it is a noun, verb, or adjective that can be used in several times in a sentence. So there you go. Yeah.
So my my assistants at work, for years they've been buying me like beer and alcohol.
They finally got it.
And I'm just like, man, I'm not really a beer drinker. I'll drink it, but I'm not. Hey, Lucas.
Lucas is here.
Hi, everybody.
We're talking about my Espresso John coffee I've been drinking, local
Espresso
to John. Yeah. Did you ever hear that, John? It's a Philly.
Never heard it.
It's a Philly thing. You wouldn't know.
I know a few Johns spelled differently.
No. John, J-A. WN. My favorite is the T-shirt that has the Wawa goose and then this is John underneath it. I don't know why I don't have that yet.
Yeah,
But
why don't you?
I don't know. If you're looking for a Christmas present for me, that's what it would be. So
So the whole thing for they got me. I think I got, oh my God, I think each one of them got me like 4 bags of coffee. So that's what, 12 bags of coffee.
Damn.
Different kind of coffee. This one I particularly like this one because it's like I don't know, it just has a really good taste. It's like a darker. It's a medium dark roast, but I don't know. I just really like it. It has like a nutty kind of like, it has like that really classic coffee taste that you can, it's not like real acidic and it's not like bitter, you know what I mean? But it's just got a
Perfect
real
middle ground.
Yeah. It's really, really good. I guess that's why it's the Joan. But that's what I've been drinking.
I actually because I had off today, so I went and I got my hair cut, and I went to Wawa and I got myself a cold brew. So I did that.
Okay.
But I've been kind of doing the whole like no creamer, just like milk and some liquid sugar, kind of going a little bit more towards like away from what Nipper would call sacrilege and more towards gaining his approval finally once in my life.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
I got oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What do you got?
I was just gonna say I finished off my latest installation of Pete's and
more
this time I got they had a San Francisco roastery coffee at Costco in the big old bag. And I'm trying to be better with my finances, so I got the bulk coffee. And it's really dark. It's like Heart of Darkness dark.
Yeah.
But
I think like a lot of those coffees that are, I could be totally wrong with not knowing that specific one, but a lot of like the supermarket coffees is like Robusta coffee, which is more bitter and not as Arabica.
I got my cold brew thing and I did a first round and I do not like the coffee I picked for it. I just went for a generic like breakfast blend and it just is not working. So I know. The problem is like you make a gallon of coffee and you're like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to choke this down. And it's like
exactly. Yeah.
And I'm like, and the next step is get more coffee. Like, and that's the next thing. It's like I was looking for the Wawa ground coffee today. I was looking at a couple things. I just got to figure it out. But
I do know a place where you can get some really good coffee, and it's called Cold Blooded Caffeine.
I am out currently. That is my next. I think I'm just gonna go online and get some. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
the NPR blend, Carpets and Coffee. By the way, we're in the middle. Well, we're not in the middle. It's sort of started to already happen.
Why
here
is it
on the East Coast?
It they always go for eggs, milk?
I can't understand it, man.
And bread. What are we making French toast? Like is always eggs,
objectively
milk, and bread.
Everything except bread. The other two are terrible emergency.
Right.
Food.
Thank you. Those are the first things to go.
Refrigerated.
Right.
I have,
and you need to cook the eggs, arguably, and
I have this argument with people all the time. You should be buying peanut butter and
peanut butter, cans, chili.
Gonna live for 20 years. Like it's
spam.
What the hell? I don't know.
I think now, to be fair, in an apocalyptic event, I could live probably 3 to 5 years on canned chili alone. I love canned chili.
In the event of a zombie apocalypse, I will be bitten, and then I will start hunting people. So, I mean, that I will immediately turn and exact terrible zombie revenge.
Hunting people?
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Mutton.
Yep. Listen,
if I crashed into a mountain, I would eat you.
I'll just start killing and eating people. Jesus, Nick.
That's a good way to start a conversation. Hi, my name is Nick.
Actually, riddling protein on the left thigh.
Yeah, before we started, so we're going to talk about, we got a lot of things to talk about, but It's
been a
January
while.
breeding time, and apparently Lucas is in a panic.
I'm
So-
absolutely losing my shit.
I would say here on the East Coast, if you're losing your shit, tonight would be a good night to probably put some snakes together, since we are getting bombarded with a storm.
Lucky.
Basically for like the past 2 weeks, Owen. It's been storm after storm, or it's been a week, right? Storm after storm after storm after storm. What happened to you?
I hear you.
What you do? Unplug your
He's
mic?
not on mute either.
Oh,
no.
jeez.
Oh, jeez.
The Ruffy pulled his mic out. Is it unconnected in the back?
The ghost of Nick Mutton has affected the technology.
It's in the back. Okay. This is great.
I
for
think whatever you just
podcasting.
showed me, there's no plug in it.
Yeah, there's no plug in there, Owen. It should look like this.
Sometimes the wires.
Making sure it's pushed in.
Oh, this is the nicest he's ever been to me.
Yeah. I think he sabotaged you. Oh, and you'll have to do sign language the rest of the show.
I don't know that one.
Did you deselect your audio output? No. In your computer. Don't yell at me. Just touch the button.
For our audio listeners, there's a bearded
Yes.
man. He's wearing a white shirt, glasses, and
Yes.
he's very angry.
He's very mad.
He's very mad.
He's turning red. I can't tell where his beard starts in his face.
Oh dear God, he started ripping things off the walls.
Oh, and you should remove and then come back. How about now? Anything? Nothing.
That is quite strange.
Huh. Very weird.
Perhaps
Unplug it and plug it
restart.
back in.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you like exit out all the way and then come
Why don't
back
you-
and see if that
Why
helps?
don't you get the hell out of here?
There you go.
Yeah, bum.
What the hell? What an
What
amateur.
the hell? Unbelievable.
Yeah. So
You
We're gonna
take
talk
3
to-
weeks off, you forget how to do sound on a computer.
yeah, right. I'm telling you, he deselected his audio input.
Mhm. Yep.
he wouldn't
that
listen to
settings
me.
button.
He's like,
Hmm.
"You're a Gen Xer. How would you know that?" Okay. All right.
All
Owen.
right.
All right. You millennial.
Yeah. So, snowstorm or rainstorm? How cold is it?
Oh, it's freezing.
Okay.
It's a snowstorm. But I
Mhm.
think it's supposed to change over to rain at some point.
Great.
Yeah.
Drive careful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I think there's like I think I heard Rogan talking about this, but when you live up in like the Northeast, you like, I guess it's pretty much the North, a little bit out too, but like when you're used to driving in snow and ice and all that shit, it's like a whole different level of driving.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, I've absolutely not. My Bay Area brain can't handle driving in the snow. Oh my God, we got Dan
Dan B.
Vermilia in the chat. What's
Yeah.
up?
What's up?
Woma's locked.
Woma's locked up.
I
Nice.
call dibs, please. I love you, Dan.
I bet you they're orange as his avatar. Holy shit.
I bet you they're as orange as the two I sent him. I miss them.
Yes. So you haven't been, well, let me start with this. We do have calendars available if you want them, just so anybody knows. They're in the link. Doing 82 miles in it. Oh, geez. God,
Dang.
Rob.
Careful, Rob.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about a podcast that, let's say, oh, I heard a beep.
Hello. Oh
No.
no.
You tried looking at your computer thing, your settings, turn it up a little bit so I can see that. Do you have it muted on the actual mic? You sure it's not muted on the mic? Why is it red? Try turning the mic on and off. See, mine is not red.
All right. Now everybody's quiet. I think I'm alone. Hello?
Ghost in the machine. Can you can't hear me either?
I can now, but you muted yourself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and
I
just do it Nick style. Unplug the mic, take off the headphones, just straight in. External
Echo
mic, baby.
cancellation. Automatically adjust mic volume. Reduce background noise. Yeah. Unplug it. Use your computer. We're going old school.
Squirrel probably ate through a wire.
Son of a bitch.
Excellent.
You got earpods or something like that? There you go. Now we're thinking. It's almost like I do this. Anyway, I wanted to talk about, I thought this would be a cool quick little topic to talk about, but the Reptile Fight Club with Justin and Rob, and they were discussing the idea of a grand adventure herp trip as compared to like a focused herp trip. Did you listen to this one?
I haven't yet, but I saw the title and I'm excited to.
Yes. So it's kind of like debating the two different styles of herp trips that Justin and Rob do.
Mm-hmm.
But my thoughts on this would be, it's kind of like if you stay in a spot for a time frame, knowing that the target species are there, that you're sort of going to run into it. It's sort of maybe what we've had with the Owen Pelly python in a way, but we weren't supposed to be there, but I think we walked that place 3 nights in a row, and then we came back on a 4th night. I can't remember exactly if it was 3 or 4, but anyway, we just by happenstance, we happened to go back. So it got me thinking, like, what makes those snakes move? Like, why is it that you could be there 3 nights and they don't move, and then on that next night they move? Is it feeding, mating, change of season, etc.? And I don't know, it got me thinking, like, if you if it's feeding, then if you stay in the same area, is it like, it got me thinking about how the snake would feed. Are they feeding like every 4 days? Like so usually when we go to Australia, it's usually in October. So you're coming in like the spring, you know what I mean? It's coming out of the winter. And I don't know, it just made me think, like, are they hunting that often? Is it, and again, there's no way that you could, prove this or whatever, but it just got me thinking in that whole thing, because I've always sort of looked at herping as sort of a right place, right time type of thing,
That's
just like it is that.
That's how I think of it. Yeah. But it's like fishing. It's like, for me, right? Like as a bass fisherman, if you will, you do everything you can to sway the odds in your favor and to play the odds, to put yourself in the best position to get the bite or have a snake under the right rock or on the right road, right? But at the end of the day, it's still up to the fish to agree that you're doing the right thing and bite the lure, and it's up to the snake to decide to wake up from a nap and go for a stroll. So right, like putting yourself in the best conditions possible, but then again, the other side has to cooperate, and maybe then you'll see it on the absolute opposite, on the worst conditions, and it just won't make any sense.
Yeah, I think it got my like 2 trains of thought going, right? Like the train of thought of what we're saying, right? Right place, right time type of deal. You put yourself in the best situation and hope for the best.
Right.
And then the other part of it says, like, nature sort of has a rhythm to it, right? They sort of has like one thing sets off another thing, sets off another thing, you know what I mean? Like the site, let's say, I should say, it has more of a cycle. It's more, depending on what the moon is doing or what the weather is doing or what the prey species is doing or any of those things. So, I think of, like, when you bring mice into your snake room, or rats or rodents or whatever, all the snakes smell that and they know it's there. Is that what could get them to? Let's see. My fingers are crossed.
Oh God, you're so loud.
Yes! What did you do?
Well, apparently my mic needed several updates and has been screaming at me.
Jesus Christ.
Once I updated it, it gave me the power to unmute it. So
Okay.
Yeah.
How did we survive all these years? I don't know.
Exactly doing what we're doing. Come on.
I don't know. It just got me thinking. I really liked podcasts that sort of like get my mind going and all. And even if it's total bullshit or whatever, and it has no validity to it. It just makes me think about things maybe in a different perspective, a different angle, that kind of stuff. So I if you haven't heard that podcast, you should definitely check it out because Justin and Rob are probably really, really good trip planners and herpers and just really, really good at that. So I don't know.
Definitely
my thoughts.
Yeah, sorry. I wish I listened to it. I could probably take the conversation further with you, but
yeah, no worries.
I did. It was a good show but like what they said about having, they kind of both were like, well, your way works good too. It's like, well, yeah, they both work great. Like, there's not. Is there any real argument towards?
Yeah, but what do you think? What do you think makes those snakes go on the move, Owen? And let's just make it because species can be all different reasons, right? But let's just say we're in Australia, we're looking for carpet pythons.
Womas.
What do you think is getting those? Oh, we're looking for womas.
Yeah.
No, don't give in to him. No.
I like the
Morelia Python radio. I mean, anything can get a snake to move. Like, are they looking for a mate? Are they looking for water? Are they looking for food? Are they looking for?
Did a lace monitor chase it out of a hole?
Exactly. Is a lace monitor trying to kill it?
Yeah.
Did I make it nervous and it decided to bolt? Like,
right.
There's a lot.
It's a complex dynamic system.
The octopus.
Right. It's a cosmic octopus. And also it's a lot of it is that you just happen to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, we said that.
Yeah, we said that.
I know. Well,
I compared it to fishing. Do you want me to talk about bass fishing again?
God damn it, I'm rolling. And then you just like, oh, we did that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can get something to move. It just depends on where you are. And I think what gets it to move changes on circumstance. Do I think an animal's going to be moving because it's too cold in the middle of the night at 60 degrees? No, it's hunting. So
yeah, I agree.
And all rules are meant to be broken in nature.
Of course,
that's for sure.
Yeah, there's always
in music too.
Ooh, music.
Y'all have 8 chords. Like, break that rule, okay?
8 chords.
8 chords.
I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
Prison. Prison.
Do I have to get you a step stool? So
5 minutes in the corner. No, you can't look at the roughies.
No. The other corner.
Oh,
you're going in Mort's corner. By the way, holy shit, Mort is huge.
Not that big,
dude. I went over to Owen's place to pick up some mice, and I go down in the basement, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, goddamn, I could ride.
What are we talking?
Tortoise. I could ride it.
He's over 100 at this point. I think he's a big boy.
Yeah.
So
cool reptile.
I mean, I fed him a pumpkin today, so
that's awesome.
Huck it in, and there he goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Chuck's endings for sure. I love Chuck's endings, or Rob's gonna have to up his game in doing the endings, for sure.
It's just a different flavor. He's never, it's
and you can tell they're still trying to, as good as Justin and Rob like know each other, they're still trying to feel each other out as far as like host and co-host kind of a thing, because there is a certain rapport and making sure you're not stepping on each other's toes when you're talking and stuff like that. It's hard to get that. And it just goes with practice. So
yeah, agreed.
So I know we're going to talk about what you guys have going on, but on my list of questions, it seems like Lucas has a new snake bug. It's called
I do. Yes. Yeah, not just ants like broadly, but the Stimsons. I really like the Stimsons. I don't know what it is. I haven't really figured out how to articulate like why, because I worked with spotted pythons and children's pythons a ton when I was working at East Bay Vivarium. They have large colonies of both. Neither of them did it for me, but
it was the stimmies. Like
Yeah,
the
the stimmies
stimmies
are
somehow
just
did it.
cool,
Like
but I
Let me
don't know.
propose something and see if you
Okay,
you
yeah.
are
What
in
do
the
you
same.
think?
they weren't small
So
enough.
for a long time, I couldn't figure out why I love the stimmies as well over the other Antaresia, right? So stimmies to me are probably my favorite, especially the westerns.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking, it looks like a giraffe. And when I was a kid, my favorite animal was a giraffe. One of the things that I love about Burmese pythons is that if you sort of kind of look at the, the patterns on them or whatever, it kind of almost.
Well, you know what
like,
they call those giraffes?
What?
Reticulated giraffes.
No shit.
Some of them are ridiculous. No,
the ones at the Oakland Zoo. Oh,
stop it. Stop. What's a Maasai giraffe then?
Why do you need me to know that?
He's coming quick.
I mean, all right.
He's
valid.
sharp today.
But no,
Like,
I mean, yeah,
a reticulated giraffe. There are other types of giraffe. Not in my mind. Like, okay.
I didn't know there was other kinds of giraffes.
But the reticulated giraffes are the most common in AZA facilities.
Yeah, there you go.
See, the problem is I can't refute that because I'm not 100% sure that's
It's true.
How do you know?
Because I am a master of zoo science.
No, you don't know
bitch.
Drops the mic. Just make sure you don't unplug it.
Just
and
throw
it's
it.
updated.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Actually, I could be wrong. I just
yeah,
am
but
having
say
fun.
like, wait a minute. They broke giraffe up, and there was a lot of
Oh,
problems.
wow.
We're not doing this.
We're
Josh
not
is
doing
coming
this.
with
We're not
facts.
doing it.
Yes, because
There are 9
9
giraffes.
species of giraffe now,
Right, and they had already mixed all their stock.
A
and
lot
they were
of
like,
zoos had that
they're
problem.
different. Can't undo.
it was the chondro problem.
But yeah, Eric,
but on a larger scale.
I don't know. That's why I like them.
I do love their patterning, and so I got the Broome locality, the Kimberly stimmies from Casey Lazick, and those have a really cool light base and really defined reticulated giraffe blotches that I'm really enjoying. And then the wheat belts that Justin sent, they're completely different. I mean, there's striping on the neck, there's a whole different aberrant thing going on, and kind of more deep like Brettles python reds. It's fun. Yeah,
I mean,
I dig it.
And a
and they're all nice.
And a blackhead is basically just an okapi in a tube. So I mean, that is just the course right up there.
Do you guys like my my zebra to black-headed python comparison pictures?
Yeah, I did like those.
That was pretty good. But yeah, no, I don't know. There's 5 stimmies here now, and only one of them bites. So I like that too.
So
I think the other cool thing that I like, and I remember seeing this when I first saw Owen's spotted pythons back in the day. You had granite
those
spotted,
horribly,
right?
Yeah.
But it was like, when you see a small snake, they don't really look like a python per se. You know what I mean? If you're looking at, they have more of the colubrid type of head type of thing, where it's like no neck, it's just solid.
My spotted pythons didn't have a neck.
I'm not a huge fan of. I like that real defined neck. Anyway, the when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, that's like a tiny little python. Like it looks exactly like a python. But
their faces are really cool.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of moving into the other Antaresia aside from stims, like anthills or like pygmies?
Zero interest at the moment.
They're the same.
No.
They're all just children's pythons.
They're all just children's pythons. They're all the same.
No, I'm really happy with the Stimsons. I'm gonna get a pair of Easterns from Nick to complete the set. And then I mean the other thing that I'm really digging about it is I can have 7 animals, and oh my God, I don't need 7 8-foot cages. Like all these things that I like are big, and it's really nice to have something that's not big.
I'm surprised.
I mean, you can set them up like garters.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not more popular with like people doing naturalistic cages and stuff.
No kidding. You could do so much with it, and I also feel like with all of the Australian stuff that has variability. There's so much room for selective breeding. Have you seen Peter Birch's video with his Stimson's pythons?
Yeah.
Yes.
The variability of the lines that he's been able to just selectively breed over there is incredible. So that'd be fun to explore.
Do you think it's like long attached stigma of like baby stuff being difficult? Because I know that that's kind of still hanging in there. And
I can only speak for myself. I know for me, I had like a sour taste in my mouth from the from the children's and spotted pythons at work just being bitey assholes.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, they're little, they hate me. I
think it's similar to rosy boas, right? They're in these little cracks and stuff, and lizards are running around, and they whew, real quick, you know, just have to go, you know, that kind of thing. But
these ones probably didn't get handled too much too, and just, you know, when the drawer opens, it's a mouse, so that's part of it too.
They know where the door is, and that's where food come. Yeah,
but that could definitely be part of it, though. Like you're saying, I might change my tune when I have to deal with that. But right now, I'm really enjoying looking at them. I don't know. I feel like over the past couple of years, I've really stopped like handling stuff. Like just, you know, that kind of gets old, I guess. The novelty wears off. You get more joy from just looking at it. But I am handling the male broom Stimsons like more often than anything else, just because I'm looking at it, and it makes me happy. I don't know. What can you say?
New Snake Day. Yeah. What about you, Owen? Any what's your updates with you?
So the Mad Hogs have been locking because we're apparently going to have more of those. And then
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know yet. I mean, people seem to have interest in them, and I seem to be apparently good at recreating them. So
let me ask this question: with the hog nose, is it like hognose people, like Western hognose people that contact you, or is it like crazy colubrid people?
It's a good question.
Yes and no. So
how often do you find yourself needing to explain that they're not
hogs?
Like a Western hog nose?
That happens a lot. So at a reptile show, I am explaining constantly that they're not Western hogs.
Yeah. Right. What's wrong with its face?
Right. Well, people are like, hog nose. I'm like, no. The other kind.
Can I make it conda?
Yeah, well, oh no, I would only accept it if you were going to try to do a blizzard conda. Come on now. Standards. So that happens at reptile shows. People see hog nose and they want to do that. But if you're contacting me through the website, you're contacting me out of the blue, you know what it is, and it's something you've been looking for. So a lot of the people who are contacting me not through a reptile show are people who maybe have hognose, or maybe they just have weird colubrid stuff, or they want to set up a naturalistic habitat and get like a trio and let them be a trio together in like a 6-foot enclosure and watch them do their thing. So I'm seeing more of that. And I'm actually planning on upgrading my 2 trios into larger caging to kind of give them more room to do their hognose thing. And I kind of am looking at redoing the soil mix off of what Zach sent us of that one digging with its nose into the sand looking for eggs and stuff. I kind of wanted to redo the mixture of their soil with kind of including more sand. But that is all hinging on getting rid of some other animals that take up other cages so I can transfer and the whole big shift around. So that'll hopefully happen in the spring or summer. So
gotcha.
And you don't swap cages in the winter. That's just stupid. So
yes, Robert, season. The Brettles have settled down. Yeah, they're doing great. They're loving life. They're gonna come in here at some point. They're gonna be in this room. This room's gonna be diamonds, inlands, and Brettles. So
the spring breeder room.
The best snakes.
Yeah, I agree. Timothy's still looking at your Wamina scrub.
Yeah, I just tried to send a message, but I'm not seeing it. But go ahead and message me, sir. We can talk about that off. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really have any updates.
I didn't even do my updates.
I did. No, you got sidetracked
Oh,
on his
I
Sims.
kind of did yours update for
Yeah.
you. I'm
You
sorry,
just said
I
I'm
apologize.
panicked.
I mean that is also true, but
Yeah.
I
was
did.
like, you're going to talk about Antaresia. That's it. Nothing
That's
else.
nothing else. Silence.
Sorry.
So.
Go ahead. What's up with you? What
What's-
else you got going on?
Well, I am, as you know, and not to get into it too quick, but I am in this place where I've been pairing tons of stuff and I think nothing's happening and I'm starting to freak out that I'm going to go like 0 for 10 and it's stressful. And I'm panicked.
But that's also your eyes looking at the snakes that you see all the time. And it's like when you sent us that picture of that, Woma.
Yeah, she's gravid. She refused food last night.
I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, it was like, you're like, I don't know. I'm like, did you feed it a football? No,
okay.
Then it's probably gravid.
So here's the thing. We talk about pythons year to year typically following their own dates and their own, their own annual thing,
we
right?
About it. What did we say earlier? Rules broken sometimes.
Agreed. But just what I was going to say is this time last year, all 4 Woma pairings had ovulated by early January for me.
Yeah.
So, it's just another thing in the back of my mind. Like, should have happened by now. They showed me it should have happened by now. But yeah, like you said, maybe not.
Don't base it on that because the weather is never going to be 100% the same.
Last year was the most rain we've had in decades.
Right. So you got to kind of figure it is that it will be fluid. And so long, like, I don't expect my females to lay on the 29th of April every fucking year. Like, in the general area, call it a win. And you know what? If some year something kind of goes cockeyed and she goes later, it's not the be all to end all. So
yeah,
you're still in the wheelhouse of it, though.
How many years has she produced for you in a row?
Last year was first for all the Womas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a small sample size if it's only one.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You left that part out. So.
Well, you guys know.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I had never produced Womas because you sent me broken ones.
Yeah. Every year he says the same thing come January, end of January.
I know. February, March is my process. Nothing's breeding. Everything's
a breeder.
I'm the worst breeder.
And then I come over and I look at his snakes and I'm like, dude, this thing is freaking ovulating right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, like I haven't even started deep cooling my spring breeders, so I'm not supposed to feel good about them yet. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's like Womas and blackheads. That's what I'm most excited about. If the one that refused food and that you think looked like it swallowed a rabbit lays, then I'm happy. I don't need anything else to happen. That's my number one thing this year. But blackheads ain't got nothing going on. Nothing. I'm seeing locks, but I'm not feeling any follicles and nobody seems good.
It could be a later development. It's not a horrible thing. And, the other thing is that even if you're not seeing the locks, I did not see a single lock out of my second rough scale pairing.
Mm-hmm.
They're over there. Like just because you're not seeing locks doesn't mean it's not happening.
Yeah, true. And of course, when I got the Westerns in 2022, she laid in like May or June or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's just
you're still far out. It's still very It's still very fresh.
What is the people like, in your area or around you that are reptile keepers?
What is the people?
What is the people?
What is the people?
Are they
great? What? Yeah. Beautiful people.
Are they nasty people?
Yeah.
Are they? Sorry. Yeah.
Focus.
People near me. Yeah. Good question. I don't know. I mean, my best friend Alex next door, he's got boas going. He's got a gravid as shit like IMG thing, which is really fun.
Yeah, but Can't base it off of boa stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I mean, theoretically, if they're breeding, but also it's like Aussie species versus that. And we already talked about how like certain triggers for different animals.
It seems like Lisa's got good stuff going on.
I found it interesting that Ryan Young was talking about how he was really good at breeding Australian species until he switched over to Indonesian species, and then he got really good at breeding Indonesian species. And his room is he was sort of equating it to the room, or just his cycle of things that he does. It works really well for Indonesia,
right? And not so well for
Papua New Guinea and all that, that whole area. But for Australia stuff, not so much, which I found interesting.
But you should also take what other breeders do with a grain of salt as well, because Ryan's gold white lips were laid, hatched, and feeding before my eggs were laid when I had that clutch.
Yeah.
So everybody's room is different. Everybody's animals are different. Sure. Every year is different. You got to be fluid. And it sucks because you can sit there and be like, I have it all laid out from last year of how everything went, and it's not adding up. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So
you're fine.
Should I do anything different?
We already talked.
I know, but for the listeners,
I don't give a shit what they do. So it's
this is for them.
Right, I guess. Anyway, separate, feed, give them a little bit, put them back together. You can also try to tease a male. Like if you have a boy that is not breeding with a certain female and he sheds, cut it into like pieces and chuck it in all the other males' cages.
Well, I don't want to kill him.
No, don't hurt him. But the shed of a male does a lot of that kind of stuff. If he doesn't shed and you want to throw a urate in the other cage, that works too.
I really think El Nino and La Nina really impact us breeding.
I really do. Hefty El Nino.
Yep. Yeah. I remember, Nick, obviously he's way farther north than you on the West Coast, but
he actually gets snow. It's total different climate.
Yeah. But I remember that in the 1 year it was El Nino and he had a horrible year. And on the East Coast, we had a fabulous year. And then the next time it came around, it flip-flopped.
Yeah,
remember that, Owen?
Because I had 6 slug clutches that year.
Yeah. I wonder, I don't know. I guess they can catch up on that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if the animal doesn't produce 1 year, that typically means it's going to have a better year the following year because it's got all the retained stuff. It didn't have to go through all the machinations of making eggs and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's why I was hoping it'd be a big year for blackheads.
Yeah.
It
still might be. You're like January 17th. Well,
what about I'm just pissed because I did breed blackheads last year, but they laid when I was in freaking tour.
Told you not to go.
I'm never going out of my house again.
This is how you become a shut-in. Yep.
Yeah, Lucas lives in a pod.
I live in a 6-foot cage. I'm part of the rack.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows, man? Maybe I don't know. Maybe the weather affected it. Maybe you're right on track and you just don't realize it. Maybe she's taking the year off. Maybe
I really don't think I'm gonna produce pop wins though.
No?
What makes you say that?
She isn't showing any signs at all, and they locked up a ton and nothing's happening.
It still might be. Eric had 1 egg.
Don't they usually happen early?
No. Eric had 1 egg in 1 clutch 1 year. Okay.
I was like, what is she, a chicken?
Like 1 egg. Like you don't know. Okay.
I have never heard of anybody
1 egg hatches. You bred pop.
1 egg.
1 egg.
It's like, what the holy shit, 1 egg.
That was those are the years though where you had 1 egg and I was like having 50. Like it was just like
that's funny.
Did you feed the same?
I thought you said, did you feed the snake?
No.
God, I hope so.
To Lucas, like, did you feed the same as you did the year before?
Oh.
Was there a shortage on rodents so you weren't able to, get the food into them?
Rodent producers?
No. I'd say it's about
sizes,
but I guess that's the drawback to not really being very regimented or taking notes with feeding is I couldn't tell you for sure, but I feel like I fed a lot.
It doesn't. No, but if you
feelings don't make a life.
Oh no.
But I mean, if he fed
your feelings
the way that he was supposed to, or what he thought was adequate, that should be enough.
Yeah. I mean, I separated the blackheads and fed them last night.
That's the weird thing is like normally now because of the temperatures and what's going on outside, everything is turned off and nothing. Right now, though, I got carpet pythons that are still looking for food.
Diamond.
So do I.
They're all revved up, and
I have females that think small males might be food.
Yeah, I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I fed the tiger carpet and the hypo today because I was really hoping to pair them. But if there's going to be more violence, I'm not sure if I'm going to make hypo tigers.
More violence. Even Owen's snake cages have violence.
Oh my god,
mine too this year.
No. This is the weird part. The carpets are bloodthirsty and biting each other. The white lips are curled up together in the tub. Explain.
I don't know.
Exactly.
You're just too good at white lips now.
Apparently. I don't want to be that good at white lips. Me drowning it. You were the gold white lip god. Yay, I guess. So
Josh was saying, where do carinata fall? Meaning Morelia carinata. I think they're probably
I have 2 type of carinata. Which one do you want?
Morelia.
Oh, you don't want the Chinese king rats? Okay.
No.
No. I mean, I paired my roughies around this time, last year, like it was around January, February is when I paired him with the first female. And then I kind of saw Locks. Let's go to the record book. I guess we'll figure it out ourselves. I know I did see Locks, so it wasn't like they were being very secretive about it, but I did not see Locks from the second clutch. So
did they respond like carpets, like to storm fronts and all that?
Yeah. So I paired them in January, and the first lock I got was February 15th from the first pair. We had a couple late storms last year of like no accumulation of snow, if I remember correctly, last year, because I remember the Walmart near me had like a dump truck worth of salt sitting in their parking lot in July. So I remember seeing the locks then. And I would separate for feeding for the roughies because, like I said, you warmed them up and then you kind of feed them and then you put them together. And then I would separate for feedings. The male ate, the female did not. And then that kind of turned a little bit where he kind of went off food and she was kind of eating everything in sight. And then the second pair of roughies, I got locks in March because I started doing flip-flops between the two, but nothing really started happening. I saw one lock and then that was it. So I kind of just kept picking the male back and forth. But I did not get eggs from. I got the first clutch of roughies. Records.
Look at you.
I tell you, I listen. Just because I don't tell you people things doesn't mean I keep it. First clutch of roughies was April.
In case you're wondering, Owen. Timothy said the Eagles are looking like hot garbage. Back
I'm gonna go ahead, I'll go ahead and send some messages to my brother. First clutch of roughies arrived in April. And the second clutch of roughies, April 29th, if anybody was wondering. The second clutch, actually, there's a bread like clutch that happened after. The second clutch was not till July.
Interesting.
Right. So even if you see locks, doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna that's the one you see might not be the one that gets it.
I know the first year I tried to breed and failed. It was I put them together too soon.
Yeah.
And I think it was Josh Easter had a theory that when I put them together, basically he was out of sperm by the time she was ovulating.
I mean, that can happen.
But then I thought, don't they retain it?
Right.
So
I mean, if she wants to, she can, but if she doesn't want to, she's not gonna. Or maybe she started the follicular development, but then it started getting too cold, so she was like, bail. And
yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff that can go on, man. And it's like, that's why we say keep trying, keep going until she's obviously gravid, or it's the beginning of summer. Then you can stop.
Yeah, I think the thing for me when I was breeding like heavy and in a rhythm, that's kind of where it was. It was in a rhythm. It was kind of like the same thing every year, but I was definitely more regimented in feeding. I kind of felt like, so see, this is weird. And I kind of think that maybe this is why, the difference between Indonesian and Australian, right? Like going into breeding season, like the cool down would feed heavy, which would basically summer, right? I'm feeding heavy in the summertime. And I had great results with that. But then I hear like Ryan talk about breeding Indonesian species and cycle feeding and all that. And he does the opposite, where he doesn't feed at all during the summertime.
The hell was that?
Yeah. Owen and I both had an explosion when you said all.
Spiked like crazy. Jesus.
It was like a demon
really?
was like,
yeah. It was like NPR season 1 bullshit. Like, wow.
Oh, shit.
Dan said Ghost in the Machine at the beginning of the show. I think it's still here.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. The heck?
Okay, they heard it too. Eric barked.
Yeah, it's the snow coming out to kill somebody. Like, Christ. Anyway,
I did just get an alert on my watch that said it's raining in Darwin, so maybe I don't know. Maybe
why do you get that alert? Why did you set that up?
Hey, pause the movie. I gotta go pour water on the Darwins.
Pour water on my Darwins.
You don't want to know. Well, I'm just like watching the weather.
He's charting it.
How
I just like charting it. The weather. It's a totally normal thing that normal
he's charting
people
it
do.
versus the moon cycle. Like he's doing one of those again. Like I know what he's doing. Yeah.
Yes. Owen secretly does this stuff. And that's why he's successful. But he doesn't ever share his notes and talk about it because then he'll be made fun of, like me.
Owen actually breeds on the astrology.
I have to figure out my snake's birthday, so make sure that they pair well.
Yeah, he only holds back Sagittarius.
Of course. What the? Listen, come on. I mean, Taurus babies running around here. What's wrong with you?
Wow, it's snowing in Germany. It's snowing. Long Island, snowing in the Poconos, right?
Joshua is in Germany. Neat.
Yes. So
I'm German sort of a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna play.
Hey, look, carpets.
Snakes.
Don't hurt each other.
Is this wild? This looks wild.
It does look wild. That looks like a female and a male. Get out of there. He's trying to.
No.
No combat.
It's two females on clutches again in the same nest.
No way.
Serious?
It's
Look
not
at the
same
size
snakes?
difference.
Yeah, she's huge. And I love it how like that the smaller females like just realize there's another one here. It's like
yeah.
Hey.
So
Whoa, when'd you do this? Like, come on,
Look
man.
how big that head is compared
Okay,
to.
so we saw the picture with it was 3 next to each other, right? That was going around a month or so ago.
Yeah.
These are different animals?
Yeah.
Different.
Wow.
Watch. Wait. I've come prepared.
Okay.
So the one thing in here that struck out to me is the size difference in them. I mean, look at the difference in
but they both look like they're hungry and they're going to light somebody up.
Are they? Or are they communicating somehow? I don't know. But
I mean, check to make sure if the rat or something walks by.
This is a weird thing that I just can't figure out, like why this happens. And I was curious if you guys had any thoughts. Here's another one.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Here's another one.
First thought would just be a good spot is a good spot. And, you know, they don't necessarily pose any risk to one another. If anything, maybe it's double the intimidation for nest rating. There's 2 mouths to get you.
There's 2 moms here. Maybe I don't want to do this.
But it is certainly interesting that it's not. I don't know. Have you ever seen that before this year? And now we're seeing a bunch of pictures.
Well, no, I've seen it the past 5 years. I've been tracking it and watching it. And
okay,
told you there was a chart. But
here's the one that we just saw this year.
I love that.
Yeah,
but I would agree with Lucas that a good spot's a good spot. You know, why would you? I don't think a female is going to be deterred away from laying her eggs in a great spot just because there's another female inches away on her own eggs.
For
resources. Do you think it has anything to do with, like those babies were hatched there, and they so like an example would be
or sea turtles.
Yeah. So this one
sea turtles.
Sea turtles. Yeah.
Thanks, Owen.
You're welcome.
This one, the guy actually had some data with it, right? There was 3 females in this. It's basically a compost heap that this guy has in his yard.
Right? Composting produces heat.
Yeah, lots of warmth. Yeah.
There was 3 females in the nest, and there were 75 hatched eggs.
God,
there was 1 exit and 1 like the exit and entry point. That was it.
Which is
so
good.
There was 1 way in.
Mm-hmm. One place to watch. Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, is it something similar to like what rattlesnakes do? They go back to the den, that kind of stuff. And then I thought, well, this is a compost heap. Like it's like one of those, like one you would put in your yard that you would just throw your compost into.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like it's been there forever,
right?
You know what I mean? It's not like
it doesn't
a beach,
right? It might not be there next year. Yeah, right. I think that would point towards just multiple snakes finding good spots.
Could it be that the environment is so encroached upon that there's nowhere else for them to go, and they've found they can live through the winter in people's houses and have eggs in people's backyards in the straw?
Because maybe it works out well.
So many of them.
Yeah. That's the other thing too, is that we talk about rat snakes in the United States doing communal nests where they lay their eggs and things like that. And it's just because that seems to be the best place to put the eggs. And it's the best place to make sure that they're out of the way and all other stuff. Now, if rat snakes actually stayed with the eggs the entire time, you'd like cut a log or rip up a freaking stump and you'd find all these rat snakes in with those eggs. But I mean, I think it just happens to be the perfect spot to put it.
Yeah, it's just a strange. I've never heard of other pythons doing this though.
Well, I mean, what other pythons have the opportunity?
I don't know.
Any of them?
I'm not.
I mean, are people letting retics set up in their backyard somewhere?
Yeah, in Java.
I mean, maybe they do. Or was it blood pythons? I thought you looked through like the underbrush in the palm plantations and you can find a bunch of blood pythons. Are they on eggs?
In all the videos that I've watched with the short tails, I've never seen multiple. I've never seen multiple females in one nest site. But I think the difference. So this one was in a compost heap. The second one was underneath a wood pile, and the third one with the three of them in there, that was underneath a tarp.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I just found it interesting that why are they doing that? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was
I guess
interesting.
Kind of like Brendan Valentine was saying there. I would also want to know whether it's observed in non-human disturbed areas. Or maybe it's more of a relic of how perfect the artificial cover is
right there. Yeah.
And they're, all just relegated to the few good spots in each neighborhood.
Well, I mean, so when my mad hogs,
everybody thinks it's the straw.
I mean,
it must be straw.
Must be straw.
We cracked the case.
Everybody's gonna be putting their eggs in straw.
Run on straw. Everybody to the hay barn.
I've only seen coastals doing this, which it leads me to think that where coastals are from is probably very populated in Australia,
right?
And maybe that has something to do with it. Lack of habitat. I don't know.
A lot of people like to compost in the coastal regions of Australia. So
I know if I lived in Australia in this area, I would have several compost heaps.
Would you compost? Because of the carpets, or because Eric?
I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to mess with the smell of compost. Just have a straw and some heaters.
I would be experimenting.
That's not a fire waiting to happen.
Fires.
Yeah. So as far as I know, Brandon, it's just good. I haven't heard it in any other of the subspecies or species, but yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Yeah. And since, by the way, I had some carpets that I don't know if you guys saw these, but I thought might be cool to share and talk about. This one in particular. Holy hell.
Nice.
What do you think that is?
It's a caramel something or other. Or it's a hypo.
Close.
That's buttered popcorn.
Yeah, right. That's a cool looking carpet. That is a hypo possible super caramel jag pos het
jag
exandic and albino.
Fucking hell.
So there's one black scale on it.
There are several.
There's one here.
Nah, that thing's got
one there.
Marks.
One here.
Couple over there.
Yeah. So it's designer pythons in Australia, but holy hell, man. Oh, and you got to make that.
Oh, and you're slacking.
Yeah.
If you make that, I will make this.
Yeah.
So this is
it's a hypo.
Beautiful diamond.
Now you have my attention.
Yeah,
below
Eric,
the
hurry up.
surface in Australia. Holy hell! Look at that thing, is nuts.
How
I do want diamonds.
Are yours looking?
Yeah, they're over there.
The weird thing is, I did feed them a little. I did kind of feed them. I know like you're supposed to stop, but I've stopped now. But I did smash like 3 more meals into them. So right now they're on the warmer side, but it got down. I think the other night in here when it was like 2 degrees outside, or like the wind chill was really cold.
Yeah,
I think it was like maybe 49 degrees. And they we're hanging for food. They're like, "Where's the food?"
So
you guys know.
Owen and I had. Go ahead. Oh, everybody pause. Have I paired them?
Have you put them together?
not yet. Don't put them together yet. What's wrong with you?
Spring breeders.
My bred liar together.
Yeah, mine too. You know about that.
Yes.
But I was gonna say the ones on the balcony at Alex's place, we let them get very cold one night where it was 38 degrees at night, and they're great.
Yeah, man.
They're still cruising around, no problem.
Yeah. I get jealous of the diamonds that they have in Australia because
it's I mean, those
what do you mean?
No, I mean, like it's because I'm like I would love the white diamonds that I see in Australia, but then I'm like I would just love any diamonds. Like I just want diamonds. It's one of those animals that you can't really find an ugly diamond.
Owen and I
saw two at a reptile show yesterday.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I went to ugly diamonds.
The Bay Area Reptile Expo in Pleasanton.
Oh wait, did you do your talk? How was your talk?
No, that's in 5 days. Still haven't started.
Oh, beautiful.
Got to figure that out.
We're talking before we started about, we were talking about diamond pythons and whatnot. And he was saying along the lines like, if we know now what we knew then, wouldn't we just, instead of buying morphs and shit, we would all sink our money in diamond pythons? I said, yeah, like I feel like with breeding, and this is sort of why I've sort of like sort of moved away from the morphs. Is like, there's always problems with like when you hatch out that as opposed to
mutant.
I was doing all these crazy combos of morphs and stuff, and like right before I went to Australia, and then I noticed that when I came back, I had a clutch of gelatins, and every single one of them was perfect. Out props, no issues. And then I had, jags that had kinks, and albino zebra things that were kinked, and ones
derpy
that
herbs.
Yeah. And it was just like, what am I doing? And I said to Owen, I was like, yeah, I really screwed up. Like I should have been focused more on like what I was about, like EB. I should have had like a huge group of chondros that were all wild animal localities. I should have
had me in the first half.
I thought the same thing when he told me at the first go round, and I'm like, yes, chondros. Like,
well,
where the hell did that come from?
Morelia, but instead of buying morphs, I should have bought Ruffy.
Well, you had your Papuans. You could have just focused on the Papuans and just not even worried about morph Papuans, just Papuans.
Yeah.
Inlands and diamonds, baby.
Yeah, even that.
Yeah.
For what? How much? Remember when they were on? What were they on? Owen, King Snake, I guess, or was it Fauna?
Inlands?
They were like $4,000.
Yep.
Or no? Oh, that was the days in the forums when the forums had classifieds. Remember that?
Yep.
Oh, that was the best.
And every once in a while, somebody from another part of the world.
Python forum.
Somebody from like another part of the world would put something on the MP forums classified, and you're like, holy shit, there's a zebra. Oh, never mind. Like it's like, oh no, it's Germany. Okay. It's
yeah. I don't know. I like that whole community type of vibe that place had.
I prefer the Thunderdome that is Facebook. Okay. Weed out the weak. Yeah. I don't know. I've been getting these messages of like selling snakes, and like sending me messages complaining about like people asking dumb questions and shit. And they're like, no, I know why you don't like selling snakes. And I'm like, yeah, I told you. There's so much that goes in. Like I sold a couple snakes the past couple weeks to 3 very different people who had very different levels of hand holding and questions. And like one was like, I've been watching and I've been hoping for you to list the rough scale pythons, and I want this one. How do I pay you? Done. This other one was like, I heard you're the person to talk to about rhinos. I have a couple questions. I've been researching, want to buy one. And then the other one was like, what is a carpet python? How big does it get? And do you have one under $100? It's like, what? So it's all over the place, man. Like it, and that's part of it. You just gotta roll. And yeah, there's some weeks where I'm like, I just want to be like, they're sold. They're all sold. Go away. All of you go away. So
I enjoy it. I really, I love it. Yeah. I get good laughs.
What do you love about it? What do you love about it?
People are so fried, and it's like, how did? Oh, did you guys hear that?
What did he say?
I think he said blood pythons rule. That's the word from the streets of Oakland, folks.
I mean, that's just confusing. That poor person doesn't know what they're doing.
That would be Alex.
I thought I was
also, why is the cage off to your left? What the hell?
There's a window over here. I get heckled daily through the window. Yeah. No. What the hell was I talking about?
Selling snakes.
You love
like it.
Selling snakes.
I said why.
I love observing just how ridiculous we are as a species.
He's so young. Yeah. How so? What do you mean? Just the stupid shit people do?
Well, like, so, okay. That everybody gets those messages, and then you either send them to the group chat like, I'm so mad, I hate selling snakes, freaking idiots, or you laugh, and I choose to laugh.
Yeah. That's a good plan.
I kind of prefer in-person shows because then I can very much get a feel for a person, and also kind of it speeds up the conversation along, and it's not like the snake $sign ? Like it's like that kind of a thing. It's
I think the balance is right. How do you balance the new people coming in that you want to sort of be a mentor to, if you would, or like, they're contacted for a reason. Like, if I wanted to know about Walmart pythons, I'm going to hit up Lucas.
Talk to me.
I want to know.
Talk to me.
Who?
You talk to me about the Walmas. Yeah, they're horrible creatures. Get a blackhead instead. Next. Yeah.
Blackhead's horrible creatures. Get a blood python instead.
White lip instead.
Blood pythons rule.
Blood pythons rule.
Yo, Matt, he just broke away from the Eagles game, and he's like,
yeah.
There's been a disturbance in the force. No, so yeah, Alex won't let me live down that I had Sumatran short tails for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a quick in and out.
Like, those are blood pythons. I was like, actually, different. Scientific name is different. It's like ugly blood pythons.
I'm surprised you didn't send them to Nick.
Nick didn't want mine. He has his own.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He has the dark ones. That are
I know
cooler.
He hates them. He hates short tails.
Yeah, but he wants it for his
his legacy breeding.
What's it? What are the Eagle Scout badge things? Like his
sash.
His sash. Yeah.
Did he make his own sash? Where did those patches go?
I don't know, but he just needs it to be longer than Ryan's.
Yep.
You get a short tail badge. Oh, that's great. Oh man. I like short tails. They're so
they don't like me.
Different than what I keep. So yeah. They don't fit into what I do, but they're still cool snakes. But
they're cool snakes.
Yeah.
Great audio.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I was waiting to see how long it would take before
God damn it.
He said something. I'm like, let me just see. Am I going to be the only one that's talking? Or
I'm sorry.
Eric's steering the ship, and then every once in a while he's like, who's in charge? You're like,
look, no hands.
How the Titanic happened.
Yeah, this year for me, breeding season is weird because I feel like I'm starting over again, even though I've bred, I don't even know how many clutches. I don't know, 30.
Well, how many years did you do in a row, and then you took that break?
8.
You did 3-4 years in a row?
5 years.
5 years in a row? That
5, 6 years.
5, 6 sounds better. Yeah. Yeah, and then you took the
I think it was 6 years in a row, and then
2-year break.
I took no. I started. I dwindled it way down to like 1 or 2 clutches for like 2 years, and then I took the last 2 years off. So basically, during COVID, I didn't breed. But
when the market was its hottest, Eric's like, "Nah, I'm good. Like,
nah, I'm out.
Nah, I'm good. Nah."
I really don't like selling snakes.
He's like,
man.
I'd have to sell the snakes to all these people who want them.
I don't want to have snakes when people are
hell
looking
no.
for them. That would
People
be
will
stupid.
find me and they'll buy my snakes. I'm like, all right.
I want to be like Gary Valle. That's how I want to be. Like, you have to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody in order to get my email, in order to, you know what I mean?
You have to
like
meet him at a show, and that's
no,
the only
you
way
don't
you
have to
can
meet
get
me.
the snake.
I'll ship. I'll do that. But
okay.
Yeah.
You have to perform a seance on top of Uluru and shout, "Owen Pelly, Owen Pelly, Owen Pelly."
You have to summon me, and then I'll come over and talk to snake to you. Yeah.
You know, Owen.
Yep.
You know we're going for Owen Pelly 2.0, right?
I
you
did know
that's
that.
happening this year. Okay. All right.
I did know that. Sure. I'm not going to be able to do Owen Pelly 2.0. Therefore,
I know you're not.
You will not have the juju to get back and do it. So,
God
sorry.
damn it.
I'm saving all of it because 2025 is I was about to say Northern Territory, but that is incorrect. Like that is
Western Australia.
He's so excited to go. He can't even remember.
The Kimberley. Yeah.
The Kimberley.
Yeah. I want to
go. I hope you're
so
going.
do I. Because if I don't go to the Kimberley and they find a rough scale python, I have to quit NPR. I have to dissolve everything. I have to like not have contact with anybody, and they're all going to be like, "It's your fault you didn't come." So yeah, I have to go. So
yeah.
I want to find the olive python that Mark O'Shea ripped a rough scale out of its mouth or whatever the hell. Like
he's still chilling there. Is that python pool?
Olive python's like, what the hell? Like,
my lunch.
Yeah,
I knew you'd be back.
You dick.
Monkey stole my lunch.
Yeah. I mean, I have to go to
no, Zach.
What's
up, Zach Baez?
Zach Baez. What? Are you in country? How is this possible?
Do you see that? Oh, dude, did you see the enclosure that he saw today at the pet shop with the Nerodia in it?
Yeah,
come on, awesome. Man. That is next level shit.
I told you, Zach sends a video, and then I'm like, I must redo my Madagascar hognose enclosure. Like it's just like, oh my god, yeah. So,
I want to make sure that it wasn't just a one-off, Zach. That's what it is. You know, I want to say I saw them
even
twice.
If it was a one-off, like it. And then what are you gonna do? Find it twice? And be like, well, let's try to go for a third time.
Climb the tree. I don't know. We did a lot of decisions that night that we look back and we say, I wish we would have did.
Tree. I hate that tree. I hate that tree. When you see that tree, tell it I hate it. So yeah. Man, what's hit by lightning twice? I mean, kinda.
Yes.
Yes. I want to go for the roughie. In 2 weeks, I'm going to Tampa to go run around rattlesnake hunting with Rob.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You're gonna find an Eastern Diamondback. I know you are.
You should come.
I don't think I can.
Just don't even tell work. Just get in the car.
Yeah, just get in the car.
Text Dory when you get there. It'll be fine.
Well, she has to go down to see her dad.
Yeah.
But I have to stay here with the dogs because our dog babysitter is not available. So
drop the dogs off at my house. What's the worst that could happen?
Put them in the cage with Mort. You come back.
They can't get out.
They're on top of Mort.
Yeah.
Why's the dog in the shell?
Take me to the yard.
As we were talking, my office door opened and my dog has been dropped off in my office and then the door closed. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think we would go to the same place. I think so, Zach. I think that would be the plan. I don't know. I mean, I would love to see an Owen Pelly. That would be great. I would love to tick an olive python off for sure. But I definitely want to see some more carpet pythons in the Northern Territory.
Now that we know to go to the botanical gardens and look up.
Up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes. Up.
Up, dumbass.
Unless there's straw around.
Yeah, then dig.
Dig.
It's a lot of venomous
Dig.
snakes. You really want to go digging through straw?
You only live once. I would hope that if we're flying into Sydney, that we might find a red belly black snake too. That'd be cool. They're my favorite venomous on the planet.
They have free healthcare in Australia. Asking for a friend.
It's the most random question.
I'm just asking for a friend if they have,
I really don't think
down
that
there.
they do.
I mean, inhaler,
they do.
transfusion
Universal?
of anti-venom, either one. Yeah.
Damn, we really are behind.
Yeah. So when is Western Australia? That's in 2020. What, 5? Owen?
Yeah, I thought 2025 was Western Australia.
Please take me to 80 Mile Beach.
Up to the Kimberley.
Yep.
With Gavin
Bring
Bedford
me to where the blackheads are.
on a helicopter.
Yeah.
How far do they go? All the way up in Western Australia? I can't think of the range map for them for blackheads. All the way up? Yeah. They did, right?
I thought it was that.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is that weird break, isn't it? Where
Justin
it's
is range map guy.
yeah, we don't know.
If not,
let's go to the
sorry.
I know range maps for well, hold on.
This thing only shows me carpet python. Goddamn map.
That's all I need. I bet you our buddy Justin
Shinglebacks would be
on his website.
The
one he doesn't update to sell snakes.
He doesn't like selling snakes either. He likes herping better.
Would you have to go more interior for thorny?
There we go.
devils?
Dan says yes. We're right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they go all the way across the top.
Yeah, all the way.
Thorny
Dan
devils,
is
would that
way
be like
quicker.
more? Like, would you have to go more interior for them, or is that they're Western Australia too, aren't they?
There you go.
Blackheads?
No, thorny devils.
Oh, thorny devils.
Yeah.
They go across the.
I fear they may be more interior.
Thorny devils, yeah. Well, they're I think you can find them in Central Australia for sure.
I thought they were central,
but I think they're
west.
all across, all over the place.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's go to the Google
Let's
machine.
go to the Google machine. Yeah.
Range.
What about bearded dragons?
Everywhere all at once in various colors. You'd have to look for the hammocks.
You really want to see thorny devils, Owen?
Yeah, why not? I want to see
He just
anything
likes
weird,
it.
dude.
He just likes it because it's thorny.
I like it because it's weird. It's like how I jumped out of the car and ran towards an echidna. You know, it's weird.
That's why you like me.
Sure.
It looks like they go everywhere where the roughies are not.
Oh no, I don't want to see the thorny devils anymore. Fuck them lizards. Nope, don't want to do it.
You see?
Yep.
Shark Bay. There you go.
Shark Bay, good.
There's some nice womas at Shark Bay. I can't. That's Dan Zach. Mullock.
Just leave me at the roughy spot and come back. I'll have one.
Dan found Mullocks near Uluru. I would be on the hunt for Brettles python there. I'm sure Dan has seen them. I think Dan's seen them.
Dan, we should go to Australia and take a traveling jazz show through the outback.
How cool would
Eric,
that
you can come too.
All right. I've been practicing my chops for jazz.
Did you know Dan is a great jazz drummer?
I did not know that.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. We got the workings of a trio.
Nice. I'll play bass.
We can switch off. I like bass too. I do.
Okay. All right, we'll switch back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, and what do you do?
Nothing.
He plays the kazoo.
Keys.
We play a mean triangle, baby.
Would it be crazy if all of a sudden Owen just starts singing and he's like Frank Sinatra's voice?
I'm not at all.
My honey Valentine.
That was nope.
I'm talking roughy.
That's awesome, Dan. Damn, I didn't know that. Like professional, does it for his job type of thing.
Semi-pro? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of like what you do, like go on tour once in a while type of deal.
I don't know the answer, but he's good. He could be a pro. There you go.
Okay.
You sent me some.
Like
yeah. Anyway,
was it with the blackhead WOMA guys all into drums.
Musician.
Yeah, what's wrong with all you guys?
What the hell?
Yeah,
I don't think Jason Hood's a musician, is he?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm.
We haven't
Speaking
asked.
of Jason Hood, we're going to talk about this tomorrow on the Ruffy show, but I was having trouble with those Cape York carpets getting going, and I had these button quails that I got from him. They're Morelia crack.
Oh, there you go. You got some. Yeah, I got some from him too. I'm saving them up. They're my secret weapon.
Holy shit, man. Holy shit.
That's what she ate this week. Or 5
button
minutes
quail?
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he has a website or anything, but I'm sure if you hit him up, he says every time we talk about it on the show, people hit him up because
just message him on Facebook. Super great packaging job, like vacuum sealed, like it's legit for sure.
And like you said, just save them up. That like bullets in the gun. Like, and I had 4 or 5 of them start on the button quail
right away.
Right away. Started on the button quail, and then after that, it was fuzzies thawed out with quail and chicks, and then like a little bit of chick down or some quail feathers on it. And then after that, like now I have one that still wants the quail and won't switch over, but it's eating. I don't give a shit. Plus, it's a female. Oh no, I'll keep it. I don't give a shit. Like it is. I don't give a damn. You think I won't keep a female that eats nothing but bird? Yeah. Oh my god.
Back to what we were talking about earlier. I think it was Brandon that said this in the chat. Do you think that feeding heavy on birds as opposed to rodents when you're going into breeding makes a difference on whether that female is going to be ready or not?
I would venture to say yes, but I'm not going to pretend to know how. Like super zoomed out, you certainly have a difference in fat and calories. It's not apples to apples, but I don't know which one's better.
Yeah, I don't know. I would think that I remember when we talked to Ben on when he the first carpet book, he was saying about how that female, like everybody worries about having overweight snakes, but like the female going into breeding season, you want to have weight on her and not be, I'm just thinking like, I guess that's sort of maybe where you're going, is the idea that birds would be less calories, I guess.
I mean, birds are less calories, but you can.
Would the snakes want fat?
I mean, you can just feed a bigger bird. Plus, how many animals in the wild?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Feed a bunch of cassowary.
Well, also like.
Well, I think that a question to ask is, what are those nutrients that a python that's about to make 20 eggs needs compared to a python that's not? And I don't know the answer to that. I know like a different animal, like a largemouth bass,
right?
They eat tons of crayfish right before they're getting ready to spawn. Like they make a notable shift from like bait fish to crayfish because they need the shell material from the crayfish to help them with their eggs. And you'll catch them and the roof of their mouth will be all red from crunching crayfish shells. So like some, animal kingdom for sure, like they'll have food preferences when their body knows what it needs to develop eggs, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what the correlate is in snakes.
Well, and then also it's like there's a difference between a healthy bodied snake with like some weight that can be used for making eggs and then a fat one. Like, could you get it to that healthy weight where it can have eggs on birds? And I think you totally could.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's just probably the amount, right? You can't do one for one, maybe.
I mean, I've fed quail and chicks and chicken wings and all that stuff to my snakes a bunch. And last year when I varied the diet of all my larger carpets. Like we're talking like this week is bird and then next week is rodent and all that other stuff, is that's when I had like all the eggs. So maybe the very diet's not bad. I mean, like my false water cobra ate an iguana last week. So
Nice. That's awesome.
yeah.
Wait, what?
my
indigos have eaten a lot of Lake Chapala garter snakes.
uh
Oh, and just it just like glosses over the whole
grenade. Yeah.
I fed the false water cobra and iguana. No need to
Well,
look here. Carry
hey,
on.
That will be a different nutritional profile.
Well, you know what the thing is, when your friend is the one who's packing your rodents for you, every once in a while he likes to throw in
An
something
iguana
as a
slips in.
surprise. Yeah, well, you know, it was one of those. Will he notice? He noticed. What? Go lay down.
Wow.
Breathe
Owen
in
talks
my
to
ear.
the dog like me.
So it's, but
Did it go right for it?
oh yeah,
Yeah, without
Iguana was
hesitation. Okay.
2 seconds.
Those colubrids, man.
Yeah.
Damn right.
And you know what? She's fine. Like, and I really should pair her because I know that she'd like breed and have a ton of eggs, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Looks like
need any
Patrick
more false wall cover babies right now.
saying the same thing, that they digest birds faster than rats. Interesting. I don't know what that's about. Feathers are easier to digest, maybe, perhaps.
I don't
than
think
hair.
digest them faster. And you know what? It's like,
What did the poop smell like, Owen? Oh, the iguana?
oh,
You
the
might not know yet.
probably I don't know yet. And you know what?
Yeah.
She'll probably just crap in her water like she usually does. So yeah,
Oh, that's the worst.
And
Oh,
well, it is
reptile
if you
shit in
leave it
water
for
is
a
like the
week.
worst
Just
smell
dump it
ever.
outside. It's fine.
Indigo poop after ocellated skinks and garter snake is pretty special. It's pretty ripe.
Oh my god! Wow. Interesting.
Yum.
It's all cold to the engine, you know.
Yes, they are.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah,
I love it though. I love them.
Do you like indigos a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're the colubrid king.
Yeah, they're the blackhead of.
They're the blackhead of colubrid.
Of colubrids.
Just going to various things and finding the blackhead of that species.
I don't think there's a blackhead of boa.
Yeah, no, probably not.
I don't know. I love my Argentines.
Argentines are cool.
You were
There's a
talking about
really
them.
pretty one at the show yesterday, but it was blowing bubbles, and I was like, "Oh,
man,
somebody help that animal."
Both mine just shed,
Small?
and I'm like,
old,
big
one. Yeah.
big. Yeah,
They're pretty boas for sure, no doubt.
Yeah,
I can't believe Owen's got boas.
You know what I saw yesterday?
I have 3 species of boa.
Yeah. What'd you see?
I saw for the first time in person those Nephrurus amiae, the Centralian knobtails.
Oh, they're cool.
They were so cool. They look like real life Pokemon. Like that is a rock type Pokemon come to life.
That was
the eyes are insane.
Yeah, I like the eyes on them.
Yeah, the outline on the head with the
yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, there was a bunch of those. In the wild. If I had any money.
If you had how much were they going for? They were pretty pricey.
The girls were about 1,000, and then the boys were maybe 500 or 600.
That's not as horrible as I would.
Whole table was 20% off too, but
yeah, I think if you're trying to get into specific things, now's probably the time to.
I agree.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Oh yeah.
Now's a good time to get in on those things that you normally can't afford.
Gila monsters,
unless you still can't because
there's that too. Yeah,
because you're part of the system that made them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah, I need new windows. So you know.
Yeah, house stuff does get in the way. Damn it.
Yeah.
Joys
of being a homeowner.
Is there anything you guys want to hit on, or do you want to call it? Do you want to? What do you want? What are you feeling?
What's going on?
I don't really have much to say. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really have, because like I want to try to give an update on my breeding, but it's like the white lips haven't killed each other, and the carpets keep trying to. The
Any
Yeah, maybe we should talk about that.
questions or topics from the beautiful, wonderful audience?
Yeah, we could do that too. Do you want to talk about that? Like, if you so happen to run into a situation where you're pairing snakes up and they attack each other.
Oh, I can talk about that.
I mean, I can talk about that too. Yeah.
2 days ago.
I would say 100% pairing and separating is, even if you're going to thaw anything, food for anybody. I don't care if it's a pinky that you're thawing, not in hot water, for a rhino rat snake that is in 3 rooms away. If anything is being thawed, separate your pairs and then repair. I thawed and fed today, and luckily my gold white lips, the male, is big enough that he kind of just throws his weight around, and they tend to leave each other alone. But 2 rooms away, everything was turned on. Like, everybody switched on, even though these are cages that are dropping down low and should all be in winter. So it does not matter.
Yeah, exactly. I already told you guys, but I was pulling feeders out of my chest freezer, which is next to a stack of 3x2s where I'm cooling Brettles and Diamonds, next to a window. And just, even though it was still frozen solid enough, I guess feeder smell was getting out into the world from me putting them into a bucket, that, a pair of the Brettles that I was cooling together, the male must have moved wrong in the wrong spot, and she grabbed him, and you just hear the struggle, you hear the thunk, and you're like, oh, just shit.
Right.
And so I had to pull him out and figure out how to get her off of him, which eventually happened, but it's not fun.
I would say,
how did you get them off?
Well, I kind of just got him out of the cage, got him out in the open in the living room, and started unwinding her as best I could, just trying to straight out the 2 ropes, and then find, points where she was applying pressure and separating those. And then eventually she did just let go on her own. But, that as a species that doesn't actually eat snake, it's probably a lot harder when it's a species that does eat snake and they go straight from the wrap to the chew. This case, it was, once she realized nothing was happening, she let go.
Right.
Obviously what you should do in a situation where there's biting and wrapping, a lot of people say cold water, and I say that works when it's hot outside. So if it's summer and say one of your snakes mistakes your hand for a rat, cold water will work. If it's already cold, putting a snake in cold water, like I had a bredli latch onto my hand and I put her in a bucket of cold water and she like laughed at me. Like, it was not, she did not give 2 shits. Hot water works good. Get them to overload and let go. But in those instances, like what Lucas said, like he's trying to like just pull them apart, and like they're wrapping your arms and you're trying to get them to situate, and it's hard to do by yourself.
So I've had this happen twice to me. It was both times were when I would feed like babies and stuff,
right?
Through the year.
Mm-hmm.
Then I stopped. I have not
and then I knocked that off.
Right. Yeah. The other thing is that I think it's running water that makes a difference, not the well, maybe the temperature does, but I use cold water in the winter because I was pairing them, and I put them. The first time it was when I was at my apartment, and you remember that little tiny room that had the ladder that went up to the favorite
ceiling. That it was like you were some sort of Harry Potter wand wizard where you just had stacks of fins that went all the way up, and you're like, "Oh yes, let's look at this blood python." Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, like an old fashioned.
Like we
Game of Thrones library or something.
Yeah, we talked about you having one of those ladders that could wheel around, and you could be like, "Ah, yes," and just climb up it. Yeah.
So I immediately put them under the running water, and they immediately let go, and then I didn't have no problem. But interestingly enough, the first time it happened, it was a jag, and I swear to God, that thing was turning blue.
Jags are. We had the discussion about my.
And then when it
feelings.
came out, when I unraveled it, it was like super wonky.
Oh yeah, like you heard it more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 9 degrees outside. Holy
Nice.
man, Jason, I feel
Just
bad.
9.
Just 9.
Oh, and Lucas wants to know, what size meal would you feed an adult male roughy after a winter feeding hiatus?
Depends on the size of the boy. I'll tell you, my boy eats small rats. That's it, year round. So
what size is your hiatus,
boy? He's like what, 4 foot? Yeah, like he's that long. No, he's it's
he's shorter than me.
Yeah, and he's about 4 foot.
Okay.
A little bit smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about female?
Girl? My girls eat mediums.
Mediums. Okay.
Yeah.
Medium smalls. Okay.
Medium smalls.
Schmedium.
Roughly 5 foot or so. He's a 2012. That's what Lucas says.
Not this one.
The other Lucas. We have the other buddy, the other Lucas. There's only one Eric and Owen, though.
Goddamn right.
That's right.
Damn. Take that, Eric Hernandez.
Yeah. He smells different.
You're right.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
Sweet.
Any other topics you want? Questions? Anybody?
Bueller. 9 times.
Well, I guess I'll talk about some of the shows that we have coming up. Should be cool.
I will quick jump in there and say that if you're going to be at the Oak Show this Sunday show, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'll be vending there with all of my critters, so I hope to see a bunch of people there, and I hope to be leaving with less. So
tomorrow, Owen and I are going to be talking about establishing rough scale pythons.
I'm so happy.
Perfect. That's what all the questions were about anyway.
Yeah, I know, right?
Next week, the week after that, we're going to be talking to Ben Nicholson about getting back into carpets. That should be cool.
Nice.
Amazing collection.
Yeah, yes. That one jungle he posted. Holy shit, that he got from Kohler. God damn. Wow. Holy shit. Week after that, we got Herp History with Tim Morris. We're going to be doing the blue chondro in the early days of the chondro hobby. And then after that, guess what, Owen? You better start getting some pictures together, my man. We got a Morph Spotlight Caramel Coastal Carpet Python. I bet you they're going to be coming off the shelves after we do that episode.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, I got a bunch, and I was looking at the like original caramel jags I got versus like the caramel jags I got now, and I'm like, God damn. So yeah, I got it.
We got Silver Pepper Carpet Python Talk with Darren Whitaker and probably Brent from KHP Reptiles too down in Australia. Yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I got Warren Booth lined up to do his section of the complete Carpet Python book.
Nice.
Super nerdy show. That'll be for sure.
Excellent.
Yep.
Ask him about Brettles too.
Why? Oh,
because he came in the chat and was like, I ran the Brettles too for fun. They're all related.
He's just like,
I was asking him like, wait, why? And why do I feel like that's a loaded question? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why. Yeah. It's like
I just want it on the record.
We got it. We got Justin Julander and Don Patterson at some point. I don't have a date lined up for it yet, but we're going to do a Pygmy Python roundtable. So that should be cool.
Awesome.
We got to work out a date for this one too, but Matt Somerville with herping for GTPs and rough scale pythons. So that should be cool.
Yes.
And then that sort of takes us pretty much through the whole first quarter of 2024. So I think we got some cool stuff lined up.
Enough to keep everybody happy for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. We have a Student of the Serpent series. Take a guess which snake we're going to be talking about.
Student of the Serpent?
Yeah.
Diamond.
Nope.
Open belly.
What? What was it?
Owen Pelly pythons.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Really?
Yes.
One reptile shot. Was that one you were at today,
Yeah.
Zach? Oh yeah.
No, that was
the...
No, he's making the Harry Potter reference thing.
I'm with you, Jason. Herping the Poconos and the Pine Barrens in 2024. Yeah. I'd like to get more up to the
find Mountain Kings with Bob Rock.
He's coming down to you?
He's coming my way. Yes.
Oh, when we're going to be in Southern California.
I don't know. Where are you going to be? Why aren't you going to be with me?
I'm going to be there.
Well, then what? Come on, let's go.
I think I'm on that.
Eric is like, yes, coming and he leaves.
If you're not, you should be.
No, I'm on that. I think the only trip that I'm not going to be able to do is the one that Owen's going on to look for Eastern Diamondbacks.
Therefore, keeping with the tradition of we cannot have both NPR posts
yes,
in the same place at the same time in case of catastrophic occurrence. God damn it.
We want to talk about herping trips for 2024. Let's talk about herping trips and then we'll call it quits. So we got the obviously there's the Eastern Diamondback redo in Tampa. Right after that, I believe somewhere in there might be West Texas again.
I think so.
Because we got to go find some more rattlesnakes out in West Texas. We have Southern California again. And we also have another Utah trip, or maybe it's Arizona, Utah. But we're going to be going down into the Grand Canyon to do some camping. This is the first camping herping trip.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Arizona,
for a couple days or whatever.
Nevada, is that that's the Nevada trip, right? Or no?
I know we're going into the Grand Canyon. I know
we're going into Nevada.
I think he phrased it as maybe he put all three. I'm not sure. Nevada, Utah, Arizona. I just look at it.
There's a Southern California one too.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to figure this out.
Yeah.
Because he said he's coming like San Francisco.
Oh, maybe he's doing a different trip with his family.
Maybe he's got a conference or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Every once in a while, like him and Justin are like, oh, we had a conference for like 8 days here, but here I am outside running around looking for snakes. Like it's so.
But the one that I'm excited about is we're flying into Sydney.
Yep.
Yeah, flying into Sydney.
All the other ones suck, but we're flying
doing some herping in Sydney, and then we're flying up to the NT when we get there. So diamond pythons, Owen Pelly pythons,
olive pythons,
blackhead pythons.
Black-headed pythons.
Water pythons.
Would be really cool to find some Kimberly rock monitors up there in the NT. That would be pretty badass.
Some children's pythons too.
Yeah.
And every night tiger that you could possibly ever want to see, and then 5 others.
Yeah. I promised my nephew, because he wants to go snake hunting, that which is kind of good because it will force me to like do more herping in PA,
right?
In Jersey. So Pocono stuff. I know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Robert's place. You need what?
Need to find a damn rubber boa.
Rubber boa.
Yeah, year 4 of not finding one.
Slacker.
Yeah, damn, dude.
They're hard.
Are they?
I don't know. I've never.
Seems like it.
I have never herped for a boa of any kind.
Feel free to DM me your spots if people are listening and laughing at me.
Just help me.
Like, what a loser!
I find them all guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, of course, for me, the Australia one is the one that I look forward to the most. But Justin and Rob bought their tickets already because there was a super cheap dude under $1,000.
Really?
Yeah, under $1,000 round trip.
Dude, it's been a while since I flew to like any small place like or on any kind of smaller airline. where it's like, oh, great prices on the plane. Now you must buy your seats on the plane. Okay, all right, thanks. Now you want a bag? Oh, that's gonna cost you. It's like, well, fucking hell.
Wait.
By the time I'm done with all this shit, it's yeah.
So I had to buy Dory's plane ticket for Florida, right? And the same thing. She hasn't bought a plane ticket in years.
Yeah.
And she's like, can you help me buy this plane ticket? Yeah, sure, whatever. So going through it. She's like, oh, it's only $80.
No.
I was like, yeah, it's $80 now.
Yeah. $80, $60 per chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's like $35 plus for the seat. So it's like $70 each seat. She's like, you have to pay for the seat now?
Both of them. Yeah. The one you want to sit down on the plane? That one and that one. Yeah. And then it's like the thing is, we're only going for a couple days to Tampa, so I'm gonna get by on just kind of like a
coffee,
personal item backpack.
Pretzels.
Oh, I mean, that too. Yeah, like I'm not gonna check a bag or have a carry-on bag. I'm just gonna have a personal item backpack, and that'll be fine for me. And this
you're dancing with the devil, bro. You might get there and your thing doesn't fit in the little box.
It'll be fine. It'll be
Sir,
fine.
You're gonna have to check that.
And you can go. I mean,
Then it costs like an extra.
I know. It'll be fine. It'll be a little bit different than traveling with my wife, because I don't think Rob's going to turn to me and be like, "You're wearing that out herping?" Like, yeah. So those jeans.
You never know.
If he does, I'll have questions. So
yeah. So good year of herping lined up. Looks like for all of us, and yeah, I'm excited. So
absolutely, and we'll tell you all about it on Carpets and Coffee.
That's right.
All of it. Yeah.
Every other Monday.
That's right. You sound like my wife watches the show called Superstore, as like background like background music almost, right? And the one guy that's like, he's like some crazy, like he's just has no job, plays Xbox all the time, but
that's
his
me.
sound effect says pew 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 pew.
It's the air horn. Yeah. I don't know. My brain is McFried.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I guess so. You've been working all day. What the heck?
Yeah.
All right. Let me pull up the closing notes, and we will get the heck closing. Yeah, we're fancy. Yeah, you know where to support us if you want to. NPR Network, Instagram, YouTube, all those things. We have Cold-Blooded Caffeine, who's, I love coffee. I love reptiles. If you do too, it's probably the place to buy your coffee. We have an affiliate link with them. So if you click on the link below in the show notes, you can get some awesome coffee. I recommend Carpets and Coffee blend. Oh, I like that sword. You
like that sword? First off, that is a lightsaber, sir, and that is a lightsaber that he constructed himself.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
How happy was Nick when you had that?
I haven't showed him yet.
Oh, very cool.
Very cheap Disneyland price.
It was not. No, he had to make a reservation before he was allowed to go over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, these guys, poor guys in Texas. Lucas is 10 to 20 degrees right now. Jason, it's like 9 degrees. He has to charge his batteries from his car just so they don't drain. Good Lord. Holy shit.
I ruined the closing notes. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you did. You did.
Cold-Blooded Cafe.
Because you
that's the other place.
A lightsaber.
Rodents. Yeah, I know. You break out a lightsaber. Things got to stop, man.
Discussion.
10% off your first order if you use NPR 10 and go follow them because they got deals all the time. That's right. And what else do we got? Yeah, that's
it.
Yeah. Teespring, Patreon, all that stuff.
All that fun stuff.
Warm up out there, guys. And yeah, we'll see each other in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow, Owen. We talk about 11. Oh man, holy shit! What's it going to be in our neck of the woods, Owen?
Bad.
20.
Bad.
Yeah, bad.
I don't know.
56 bit. No.
Shut up.
Bye, 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 bye.
Oh,
Oh, Zach had a good one. Whoa, that's cheap. Probably one of those Boeing Maxes.
and that's what we'll close
That's good.
on.
That's good enough.
Oh,
Yep.
shoot. I already thought.